Hello guys, I was going to talk about NewJeans talk at Hyundai Card, but it turns out there's absolutely nothing worthy talking about. So instead, we're gonna do this. So this is the Dispatch article released a couple months ago, right? It reveals how NewJeans took the NewJeans members away from 쏘스뮤직. And I searched everywhere, but I couldn't find a proper full English translation. So I decided to translate it myself. I'll attach a link to this translation in the description. It's on my Patreon page. But I will open it to everyone so everyone can take a look at it. And the reason why I did this is because I recently realized that a lot of people don't actually know the full story. Like when we think of a Dispatch article, it's easy to assume it's about like who's dating whom. It's all about that scandals. But this story is much more complicated. That's why I think it's important to take a closer look. And in case you support NewJeans for whatever reasons and you're watching this video, I would like to say it's essential to know who she really is and what she's done, right? Simply supporting someone blindly isn't enough. You need to fully understand the context before making up your mind, okay? Now, one more thing. NewJeans followers and NewJeans herself have claimed that the Kakao Talk messages were manipulated or stitched together. But the court has already accepted them as evidence, right? And the claim that they were stitched together is really just wordplay. Like Dispatch simply took the text and formatted it into an image like this, okay? So, yeah, just in case you wonder about that. With that, let's dive into what Dispatch revealed and discuss it in detail, okay? Here we go. Title: I wanted to take them. The full story of NewJeans taking over NewJeans by Dispatch journalist Kim Ji-ho, Park Heejin. This is the original article URL. On March 27th, 2021, the Team N, now NewJeans, debut evaluation took place. 7 trainees from 쏘스뮤직 stood in front of the camera. Their assignment was attention. Minji, Hani, Danielle, Herin, Heejin, and others competed for a spot in the debut lineup. Well, so first of all, Team N, originally in the original article, it said N team, but I just wanted to express it as Team N because that's more proper in English. And there's actually a group called N team under HYBE labels Japan, right? So to prevent confusion, I changed it into Team N. And Dispatch originally posted this video, right, where the members, the trainees, perform attention. But they took it down because of the controversy, right? Because the NewJeans fans or NewJeans fans demanded it taken down. But you can, search for it on YouTube and take a look at it right here. So it's exactly, the same version as the attention that we listened to. Maybe there might be some differences. Yeah. Anyways, back to the article. 쏘스뮤직 had been preparing a new girl group since 2018 under the project name Team N, with the goal to debut in the third quarter of 2021. NewJeans joined the project as a creative director in 2019, overseeing the visuals and concept development. 쏘스뮤직 was in charge of management, including vocal and dance training. The first result of this collaboration was a debut evaluation video from 2021. This one. Okay? Even 3 years ago, Team N showed significant promise with attention, making them more than qualified to be titled HYBE's first group. So what does it mean? Even before NewJeans joined, attention, the song was there, and the group, the members, were ready, right? Under 쏘스뮤직. Now, however, Team N's debut was indefinitely delayed. Was 쏘스뮤직 neglecting them, or was NewJeans standing by idly? A misguided partnership. What Bang Si-hyuk couldn't accomplish and what So Sung-jin wanted to achieve. So Sung-jin, the CEO of 쏘스뮤직. HYBE and 쏘스뮤직 wanted to reshape the girl group landscape through NewJeans. And this is NewJeans' statement during her first press conference. Mr. Bang said he didn't feel confident about creating a girl group and asked me to collaborate, but there were no trainees. He suggested using 쏘스뮤직 trainees to speed up the process. NewJeans was reluctant. She realized she wouldn't have full control over the project. In fact, when the Team N task force was formed, 쏘스뮤직 CEO So Sung-jin held the final decision-making power. NewJeans said, "At first, I refused. I need to be in control of the entire plan to be satisfied, but I wasn't sure that would happen. But Mr. Bang kept pushing." End quote. Despite her reservations, Team N was an irresistible project. Her position was Chief Brand Officer, CBO, at HYBE, where she led branding efforts for HYBE and its labels. NewJeans had moved to HYBE for this very role. Eventually, she accepted the offer, stepping into the Team N task force as a branding leader. However, it was a misguided partnership. Their directions were misaligned. What was NewJeans really after? I also translated every single image, okay, with text in it into English. So, changes in roles and responsibilities, R&R. Roles. Dispatch obtained the task allocation chart for the Team N task force. The R&R document was clearly outlined. According to the document created on May 19, 2020, Bang Si-hyuk was in charge of music. NewJeans was responsible for branding, and 쏘스뮤직 handled performance and management. So Sung-jin had the final say in decisions. So, right here. So Sung-jin, 2020, May 19. So Sung-jin, final decision maker, collaborative group leader, 쏘스뮤직, music production, Bang Si-hyuk, our big hit ARR team, branding and visual creative, MHA, or CBO, NewJeans, CBO, performance, 쏘스뮤직, management, and business marketing, 쏘스뮤직. Initially, NewJeans participated as branding leader, proposing the group's name, visual, concept, and overall branding direction to 쏘스뮤직. However, the task force didn't function smoothly. NewJeans demanded more authority, wanting to expand her role from branding to music and performance as well. So Sung-jin did his best to accommodate her request. By March 4th, 2021, Bang Si-hyuk stepped down from his music leadership role, just as NewJeans had hoped. There's more to the story about NewJeans' wishes, which involves a shaman and will be explained later. NewJeans described herself as someone who needed things to go exactly according to her plan to be satisfied. Neither Bang Si-hyuk nor So Sung-jin challenged her. They accepted more than 4 of her R&R adjustment requests. Nevertheless, the Team N project stalled at 쏘스뮤직. Did NewJeans have another plan in mind? Now, looking at the chart, you can see as the time progressed, NewJeans took over more roles from both So Sung-jin and Bang Si-hyuk, right? By 2021, she already was responsible for collaborative group leader, music production, branding and visual creative, and even performance. Okay, we'll talk about them more later. And one more time, Team N project refers to NewJeans. Here's a photo. This was NewJeans members and other trainees in March 2021, in the 쏘스뮤직 practice room. Hidden agenda. Let's go back to the March 2021 debut evaluation. Team N was already preparing with attention. 쏘스뮤직 trained them in singing, dancing, and language. Once the branding proposal was finalized, they were ready to push forward with the debut. So if you watch this video, you can see they were already fully ready. All they needed, they thought, was branding with the help of NewJeans. But the problem was that the branding materials existed only in NewJeans' mind. While she claimed to have it all planned out, 쏘스뮤직 never received the final materials needed to introduce Team N to the market. Quote, I had my own proposal prepared separately. I thought this could work, but Mr. Bang didn't seem to like it. End quote by Minijin. Okay, and then I'll come back to this Kakao talk. Minijin's delay in delivering the materials appeared to have a hidden agenda. A conversation in April 2021 with the shaman, K, shed some light on this. So, April 16, 2021. Minijin, I need to replace all the staff at 쏘스뮤직. Shaman, I'm preparing for that. Whatever that means. Minijin, none of this feels right. I should be leading this under my own label, but it's such a complicated situation. It should be publicized that I was the one leading the music, but I'm not sure if they will be willing to give that up. Shaman, everything is being prepared. It will be done by May or June, and So Seung-jin will be pushed aside. Once So Seung-jin is out of the picture, you can make your pearl shine. Whatever that means. Minijin, but will he step aside? He's such a greedy bastard. 욕심 많은 새끼인데 라고 하셨습니다. The final stage of a girl group project is branding, which is Minijin's domain. However, for reasons unknown to 쏘스뮤직, but known to the shaman, there was a delay. That period was crucial. Minijin knew that So Seung-jin could handle it alone. In fact, 쏘스뮤직 told Dispatch, branding is ultimately a decision-making issue. If A isn't available, we can go with option B. Branding is a matter of choice. Of course, Minijin was our plan A, but if she wasn't there, we would move on to plan B. The problem was Minijin's empty promises. End quote by 쏘스뮤직. Alright, and here's an email. Minijin, postponement after postponement. On March 17, 2021, Minijin sent an email to the Team N task force. Okay, and we'll read this. March 17, 2021. Email sent to the Team N task force by Minijin. 1:26 p.m. Recipients, 쏘스뮤직 business team. CC, Park Ji-won and So Seung-jin and CBO office. Minijin wrote, as I mentioned before regarding the music, since I've already gathered and planned content for the debut album, we'll need to discuss the level of my involvement in A&R. Let's schedule a meeting after my team's vacation next week. So that was March 17th, okay? Now, on March 31st, 쏘스뮤직 contacted the CBO team via business messenger. So we'll now read this messenger. It says project delays. March 31st. Okay, so the email was sent on March 17th. And here, March 31st. 쏘스뮤직 inquiry about meeting availability. 쏘스뮤직 production team. Hello, when do you think we can have our meeting? CBO office. So that's Minijin's side. Hello, sorry for the late response. I'll check with Heejin tomorrow morning and get back to you. Source. Sure, thank you. Now, time passed and now it's April 5th. 쏘스뮤직 follow-up inquiry about meeting availability. 쏘스뮤직. Hope you had a vacation? CBO office. Heejin said she has a lot of things to sort out this week, so she suggested scheduling the meeting for next week. No, I barely rested, haha. CBO. I'll check Heejin's schedule for Thursday or Friday. 쏘스뮤직. Yes, if possible, we would like to proceed this week. We've also conducted the debut evaluation. CBO. But it seems like this week won't work. I'll get back to you once next week's schedule is confirmed. Huh. So another delay. Now it's April 12th. 쏘스뮤직 follow up on meeting availability again. April 12th, 쏘스뮤직. Hello, could you get an update on the meeting schedule? Also, are we reviewing the materials that you mentioned to So Seung-jin during the meeting? CBO. Hello, sorry for the repeated delays. Heejin is currently finalizing some internal matters, so it may be difficult to schedule the meeting quickly. I'll check in with her next week and reach out to confirm the meeting schedule. 쏘스뮤직. Understood. If you're able to let us know by the end of this week, that would be appreciated. CBO office. Thank you. So, another delays, after delays, after delays. What's going on? We'll see. 6 days pass. Here's a conversation for April 12th. Now, another Kakao Talk. On April 19th, So Sung-jin had waited for over a month. Let's see the conversation between So Sung-jin and Minnie-jin. So Sung-jin, Miss Heejin, will we not be able to receive the debut concept and promotion plan for the 21 team, which refers to Team N and currently NewJeans, okay, by April? I also heard that it would be better to wait until after you meet with Shihyuk, referring to Pang Shihyuk. Minnie-jin, yes, I think it's right to give it after it's organized. But since Shihyuk is on vacation, I think I can meet him next week. I tried to meet him last week, but I wasn't feeling well. So Sung-jin, does a meeting with Shihyuk affect the scope of your work with the 21 team? Minnie-jin, my priority is organizing my label. I think we need to organize a resource allocation for the Source 21 team according to that. Once again, that refers to NewJeans. The personnel cost issues for Source 21 team also need to be organized accordingly. It's a bit strange to proceed with work without having those costs settled. Working with others means collaboration. How was Minnie-jin's approach? 쏘스뮤직 inquired about meeting dates throughout April, but during that time, Minnie-jin postponed the meeting 4 times. What was Minnie-jin thinking? Now, we're on to Shaman again. Okay? Minnie-jin, the shaman's advice. Minnie-jin had a busy spring in 2021. While Team N waited for the branding materials, she was constantly consulting with Shaman. She reportedly spent nearly 40 million Korean won on rituals and prayers between March and April. Let's look at the conversation. February 25th and 26th, 2021, Shaman said, the ritual cost will be around 15 million Korean won. Minnie-jin, I'm about to get my bonus soon, haha. The ancestors' spirit will help me get a good bonus. And then her prayer request. Number 5. I hope the girl group project proceeds without interference from Pang Shihyuk and follows my intentions without any loss. Number 6. I hope the response to the label I'll announce in May, called All Joy, is good. So All Joy was her choice instead of Adore at the time. But it turns out later, Shaman actually preferred Adore and suggested otherwise. Now, back to Shaman. I'll take care of everything meticulously and make it happen. Now, Dispatch now it gave further examples of her conversations with Shaman, right? So this was March 4th. So Sung-jin suddenly got a call today. Pang Shihyuk is stepping away from the girl group project. Ha 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 ha. So that was Minnie-jin talking. Shaman, April is going to be a big success for you. Your abilities are growing. Minnie-jin, it's thanks to you that Pang Shihyuk has backed off. How did everything get sorted out so suddenly? It feels like a dream. Did you change Pang Shihyuk's mind? Ha ha ha. Why is the pig suddenly stepping away? Did he not want to fight with me? Now, another conversation. This was March 23rd. Minnie-jin, the deal plan is going smoothly, but I keep thinking, do I really need to do this here? Meaning under HYBE, okay? Do I have to do this here? I feel like I could get investment elsewhere. Why use Pang's money? It's like I'm just doing a favor for 쏘스뮤직. Shaman, it has to be Pang's money. March 24th to 31st. Looking at the company, it feels like a waste to let it go, Minnie-jin said. Shaman said, in exactly 3 years, it will be like a corporate merger and you will take it over. Minnie-jin said, yeah, I want to take it for myself. I'll launch the girl group under my label and I'll fight and defeat So Sung-jin. Who exactly am I supposed to run my label with? Am I teaming up with President Kim Sung-soo and taking over Pang Shihyuk's company? Now, Kim Sung-soo, I said this like a few times already now, right? Is the former president of Kakao Entertainment. And by now you'll know, right? Kakao acquired SM during the conflict with HYBE, right? Both companies tried to acquire SM, and now Kakao is getting investigated by the Korean government agency for what was it? Stock price manipulation, right? And SM on their side, SM Entertainment spent more than 1 billion Korean won. I think it was 1.3 Korean billion won to manipulate public opinion so that they could be acquired by Kakao instead. But that was a side note. Back to the conversation. Shaman said, so Minijin just asked, am I teaming up with President Kim Sung-soo? Who exactly am I supposed to run my label with? And am I gonna like take over Bang Si-hyuk's company with President Kim? Shaman said, with the 5 Eagle brothers. Now, we still do not know what this means, right? 독수리 오형제. Minijin said, ha ha ha, wow. Shaman, President Kim will take Bang's company away for you. Minijin, it would have been hard without the guidance. Shaman will achieve everything in just 3 years. That's so spooky. Let's keep going. This was April 1st, 2021. First, so she's again talking with the shaman. First, let's plan for me to leave in July. Meaning leaving the company. Okay? 퇴사. But on the condition I'll stay on as a brand consultant. Then I'll create my own label outside, meaning outside HYBE. Whether HYBE invests in it or not, that's up to them. And I'll provide Team N with consulting services for 쏘스뮤직. Big Hit 30 plus Kakao 30 plus my share. That's how I plan to set it up. What do you think? But Shaman says, your money shouldn't be involved. Minijin, but I have to put in my money to make it mine. Shaman, the work you produce is your shares. Very spooky. And this was April 3rd. I'll remain as a freelancer, something similar to someone's idea, staying affiliated with Big Hit while also keeping a foot in Bana as a freelancer. Now, Bana is like this, how do I say, label or a crew. It has a different artist, a whole range of artists, and one of them is 250, who produced a lot of NewJeans music, including Hype Boy and Attention, I believe. I think it's definitely Hype Boy, okay, and Ditto and OMG. So I'll use Bang Si-hyuk's money for mine and use Kakao's money for Bana. Shaman, yeah, go stir things up. Minijin, for that to happen, I'll need to have some shares in Bana, right? Should I buy some shares in Bana? Shaman, I understand buying shares, but that's not how it's written. Yeah, that's so... 그렇게 안 쓰여 있어? That's not how it's written? That's freaking scary. Minijin, oh, so it means I don't need to buy them? Shaman, seems like it. It says that would set up a company for you. Now, I'm just getting like these goosebumps because Minijin today, during the Hyundai Card event, said she's a Christian. She called herself a Christian. Can you believe that? Alright, back to the article. So this is Dispatch. Of course, it's not wrong to have personal ambitions like I feel like I'm just helping 쏘스뮤직, or I need to be credited for leading this project. But that's not the attitude for collaboration. If their directions were different, she should have fought for her vision. If the shared goal had disappeared, she should have stepped back. Minijin did neither. She just kept them waiting. So this was the photo of NewJeans members and the trainees while they were under 쏘스뮤직. Who was the task for? In 2018, So Sung-jin cast Kim Min-ji, now Min-ji, who is currently the leader of NewJeans. In November 2019, 쏘스뮤직 selected Hani through the Plus Global Edition. Kang Hae-rin was scouted on the street in November 2019. At the time, she was a trainee at another agency. In December of that year, Heejin's mother contacted 쏘스뮤직. They signed a contract in February 2020. Danielle, who was a former trainee at YG, joined in July 2020. As for Lee Heejin, So Sang-jin personally took action, meeting Heejin and persuading her parents. She signed a contract in January 2021. From 2018 to 2021, 쏘스뮤직 gathered a total of 10 trainees, with the goal of debuting them in the third quarter of 2021. But the debut was delayed, and the Team N task force became a stumbling block. Now you know why I said earlier today in the video that I posted, it's quite not true to say that NewJeans formed NewJeans between the year of 2019 and 2021, because you see, all the trainees were selected and scouted by 쏘스뮤직, and even the music and the performance had been prepared by 쏘스뮤직. All they asked for from NewJeans' side was branding, but now she has a different plan, different strategy. So this is a conversation between Bang Si-hyuk and Park Ji-won. On May 7, 2021, Bang Si-hyuk sent a message to HYBE CEO Park Ji-won. So Park Ji-won was a CEO at that time. Bang Si-hyuk, if these discussions keep dragging on, it might be better to pull the 쏘스뮤직 project out and have Miss Minijin focus on the label M. And Director A take over the Source Girl group as a main marketing strategy. Park Ji-won, as I mentioned in my email, the issue is that if we pull out from the 2021 team, we won't have any other choice but to go with that structure. I'll discuss it again with Mr. or Miss someone. Omitted part. Bang Si-hyuk, we briefed Miss Heejin on the image that 쏘스뮤직 wanted for the N team, or Team N, sorry, and she agreed to handle the branding based on that. But we ended up waiting almost 8 months. Because 쏘스뮤직 and Heejin couldn't adhere to the agreed timelines, nothing could move forward. Even so, now this is Dispatch speaking, delaying Team N's debut wasn't an option. Bang Si-hyuk suggested, should we have Heejin focus on her label M and let the HYBE Director A handle this project? So that was this conversation, right? Now, this is interesting. 쏘스뮤직 also wanted Team N to debut first, referring to NewJeans. 쏘스뮤직's initial goal was for Team N to debut in the third quarter of 2021 and Team S, now LE SSERAFIM, to debut in the first quarter of 2022. But by June 2021, the Team N task force was still just adjusting roles and responsibilities, R&R. Can you believe that? Because, why? Minijin just delayed because she had her own plan and tactics with the shaman. Okay, Dispatch obtained the minutes from the Source Girl Group launch meeting held on June 18, 2021, which clearly showed that 쏘스뮤직 prioritized Team N's debut. So this is the file, right? Label debut priority. Team N debut by end of 2021 and Team S debut in first quarter 2022. Team N represented 쏘스뮤직's originality. They had been promoted externally as HYBE's first girl group and NewJeans' girl group. From the label's reputation and operational perspective, it was more natural for Team N to debut first. The debut of Team N, known as NewJeans' girl group, would set up a competitive dynamic with SM Entertainment. Now, consideration for Team N's debut. So that's what we just talked about, right? 쏘스뮤직 explained, given the buzz around the members recruited for Team S, we couldn't delay their debut indefinitely. Besides, Team S was progressing according to the plan for a first quarter 2022 debut. So Team S refers to LE SSERAFIM, and at the time, it was also called as Sakura Team, right? Because Sakura had a long career as an idol member before LE SSERAFIM, right? And if you look at this file, it says considerations for Team S debut. Team N visibility. If Team N's debut is delayed past 2022 first quarter or coordination with NewJeans is difficult, Team S should debut first, meaning LE SSERAFIM should debut first. In this case, NewJeans' positioning would need to be adjusted. Recruited artist. LE SSERAFIM needs to debut by our first quarter 2022 to proceed with activities. Delaying team activities for nearly a year could hinder Team S's goals, LE SSERAFIM's goals, and cause dissatisfaction among the recruited artists. So, this document clearly shows that 쏘스뮤직 and Bang Si-hyuk's plan was to debut NewJeans first. But then, that plan got disrupted because why? Because of NewJeans. Okay? Now, back to the conversation between the shaman and NewJeans. June 11th, 2021, NewJeans said, I suddenly want to bring the girl group kids over to my label. Now that Sakura's team, currently LE SSERAFIM, is forming, it feels like I have a justification for it. Can I have this group as my own from the beginning? Shaman, they were so eager to debut the Sakura team, so use that to your advantage. NewJeans, let them debut the Sakura team first, and then I'll handle the current girl group myself. Shaman, make a bold move and say you'll take the Team N. NewJeans. NewJeans, Songjin is going to freak out. LOL. A misaligned vision. On June 9th, 2021, Park Ji-won, So Sung-jin, and NewJeans gather for a meeting. During the meeting, Park Ji-won said Team S could end up becoming HYBE's first girl group. NewJeans responded by saying, are you kidding me? But she devised a different strategy with the shaman, asking, what if I bring Team N over to my label? Yeah, so this is the KakaoTalk messages that we just read about. Okay. While 쏘스뮤직 eagerly awaited Team N's debut, NewJeans was plotting to take over Team N herself. In this clash of visions, NewJeans won. By September, 쏘스뮤직 handed over Team N, while Team S debuted first in May 2022. Now, do you remember what NewJeans said during the first press conference? She referred to herself and NewJeans as Cinderella, this Cinderella figure getting abused by HYBE. But Dispatch says NewJeans is no Cinderella. In her press conference, NewJeans essentially painted HYBE and 쏘스뮤직 as the villains. HYBE broke their promises like villains and delayed the debut. I recruited the NewJeans members and they joined because of me. Yet, 쏘스뮤직 received 2 billion Korean won as compensation when they handed over the members. According to parents, 쏘스뮤직 neglected the trainees without proper management. But Cinderella always wins, so that was what NewJeans said. Now, So Sung-jin filed a lawsuit against NewJeans for damages. 1. The delay in NewJeans' debut was due to the delayed submission of branding materials by NewJeans. 2. 쏘스뮤직 independently recruited the trainees, and NewJeans had veto power. 3. The 2 billion Korean won 쏘스뮤직 received was not compensation but investment for trainee management. 4. Source continued training the members until the day of the handover, September 5th, 2021. 5. So why is NewJeans claiming to be Cinderella? Makes sense, right? So that was a clear fact check, and it's clear that NewJeans lied. And it turns out she lied again and again and again ever since this whole incident broke out. Now, this is an interesting Kakao conversation between Shaman and NewJeans. This was June 30, 2021. The current deal I've been offered is a put option, 20% of operating profit times 13, but they're suggesting I push for 20 times the operating profit instead. Hypothetically, they said, if my, now, this they is not HYBE, but she's referring to her partners, whoever that is. Maybe that is Five Eagles. So whoever is creating this, devising this strategy with her. Okay. Hypothetically, they said, if my company becomes wildly successful, HYBE might not be able to meet those terms. They said I could then potentially take over the company. When I heard that, I thought, oh, so this is another way I could take over a company. So the negotiation plan seems to boil down to two things. One, snatch the girl group away. Two, their girl group, meaning NewJeans or Team N, right? Two, inflate the value 20 times and get the deal accepted. What do you think? Shaman, you should give up under 20 times the value. Huh. So that's really something, right? And now we know what Heejin, Minijin said about that whole plan and strategy to, take over NewJeans away from HYBE. That she said it was all a joke. But really? She planned this since 2021. Seriously? Alright, P.S. Minijin achieved her goal. By her own admission, she successfully took over the girl group from 쏘스뮤직. Wow. How did that just happen? This is a selection process for debut group members of NewJeans. I showed this before in my videos, right? So May 10th, 2021. Meaning she actively talked with the shaman for selecting the members. So how many members should there be? Should he cut this person and make it 6 members? I'm really not feeling this person. It feels like she bring a bad vibe. Shaman, 6 members sounds good. Minijin, if I cut this girl, So Seongjin will probably move her to the Sakura group. What do you think? Shaman, yeah, that sounds right. So Seongjin always helps out with everything, like a total fool. Min, LOL. Photo sent. Do you agree with cutting her? Shaman, I completely agree. Min, another photo sent. Shaman, total fool. She's got a second spirit in her eyes. Whatever that means. Minijin, is she possessed? Shaman, completely. Her eyes are dark underneath, and she's on the verge of losing her mind. Minijin, confirmed elimination. Shaman, confirmed. Wow. What about Danielle, the American kid? Is she fake? I haven't met her yet. Shaman, you can't really figure out Danielle out. Minijin, do you think she'll cause problems? Shaman, she'll be useful when pushing for the US market. Minijin, okay. Surely the idiots will listen to me, right? None of them will try to rebel, right? Should we go with 7 by replacing X with Y, or just cut Y and go with 6 members? Shaman, 6. Y is not good. This person. Okay, so she's a lunatic? LOL. Shaman, yeah, effed up. Minijin, should we go with 5 by cutting this person, or 6 by keeping her? Shaman, 6 members. Oh my goodness. And she still calls herself a Christian today? Unbelievable. Successfully transferred 6 members from 쏘스뮤직 to label M, meaning label Minijin. Okay. And throughout this process, she relied heavily on her shaman's picks. 쏘스뮤직 continued training Team N until September 5th, 2021. Weekly evaluation reports were written up until 4 days before the team was transferred to Adore. End of the article. Alright, so what is the summary? Well, first of all, what do you guys think? I'm pretty sure some of you might have already read this article. Some of you might have not. But what do you guys think? The summary is, Minijin is really a self-serving and power-hungry individual who consistently undermined collaborative efforts at HYBE for her own personal gain, right? Instead of respecting the agreed-upon framework, she hijacked the Team N project, right? Demanding more control over branding, music, and performance. areas that weren't hers to dictate, right? And her refusal to collaborate led to significant delays, showing she was more concerned with asserting her dominance than delivering results. And despite her original role as a branding leader, Minijin insisted on controlling every major decision, right? Manipulating the situation to take full ownership of the project. And her reliance on a shaman for guidance raises serious concerns about her professionalism and judgment. She plotted to take control of the group, even going so far as to plan to move them to her own label, totally disregarding the original plans of 쏘스뮤직 and HYBE. So I would say her actions were nothing short of sabotage, right? She ignored the company's timeline, disrupted internal processes, and delayed team's debut, all to claim the project as her own. And her behavior shows a total lack of integrity and respect for her colleagues, proving that her only focus was on her own ambition, regardless of the damage done to the company or the group. And this tendency of hers still continues to today, even three years after. Okay. So, after reviewing this dispatch article, it's clear that Minijin's actions weren't just about creative direction. What we see here is her manipulating power, politics, and relationships from behind the scenes to take NewJeans away from 쏘스뮤직. When I first read this, and when I read it again recently, I was shocked one more time, right, by what really happened behind the scenes. So, if you still see her as a visionary genius, I think it's time to reconsider. True leadership isn't just about creativity. It's about trust, transparency, and collaboration. And based on what we have just seen, it's fair to question whether Minijin embodies those qualities. And being a fan of NewJeans doesn't mean you have to blindly support everything happening behind the scenes. So before rushing to defend her, take a moment to reflect on everything we've just discussed. Is this really the kind of person you want leading your favorite group? Lastly, Hyundai Card recently, hold on, where is this? I wanted to show this to you. 현대 카드 Minijin. Okay, right here. So, Hyundai Card described Minijin as K-팝의 공식을 깨는 제작자, as a producer who broke the mold of K-pop. And I guess, in a way, that's true, because there has never been a producer who acted like her. And for the sake of K-pop's future, I believe we shouldn't see any more persons like her in this industry. So let me know what you guys think. I will, like I said, I'll drop the link to this translation and the original article in the description so you can read it over. And I will attach these images of these KakaoTalk messages translated as attached files. So, yeah, feel free to discuss with your own thoughts. But as always, like I said over and over again, let's stay classy, awesome, respectful, and yeah, positive. Thank you guys. See you guys later. Bye bye. Love you. Peace and love.